Individualism focuses on the role of individuals in society and is generally associated with liberalism. An individualist puts their interests before the others in society and works towards their own self-interest. Some principles of individualism include self-interest, individual rights and freedoms, and private property, to name a few. Adam Smith is often called the father of capitalism. He believed that society would be best if individuals were allowed to determine their own self-interest and have economic freedom.
Karl Marx is the father of communism. His view on the world was the class-based system we lived in screwed over the working class in favor of the upper class. He wanted a classless society to be implemented with no class-based system. The only way this could be achieved, however, was if the working class rose up against the upper class. This idea formed the backbone of collectivism, and the idea of all people working together and forming an interdependence in society. Some of the principles of collectivism are the collective interest, adherence to collective norm, and public properties.
In a free market economy, people are encouraged to act according to their own self-interest. This is also known as a laissez-faire economy, which is French for leave it alone. If you put yourself first and buy or sell whatever you like that will benefit you, then the result should be that the society benefits overall.
Collective interest is a concept of a group working towards a common goal. These goals are based around a set of group values and interests that are decided by the collective will. These interests are the basis for most organized labor movements and are what sparked the Industrial Revolution. Collective interest is also the basis for many social movements, such as the Assembly of First Nations, AFN, and the Organisation Internationale de la Francophonie, or OIF.
Individual rights and freedoms are a key principle of individualism and are an important feature of liberal democracies. These rights and freedoms can include freedom of religion, freedom of association, etc. An important individual right in liberal democracies is the right to vote.
Often you'll find people who work in groups. People in these groups follow rules that are not laws, but are often respected just the same. These rules fall under the collective norm, and while in a group, you generally have to adhere to these rules to remain a part of it. Sometimes these rules include a uniform or other common article of clothing. Other times it appears as a set of values or regulations that the group has agreed to.
Individualism says that private ownership allows individuals to buy, sell, and produce what they desire and for what price they choose. During the Enlightenment period in England, private property was only applied to land, but now in modern times it generally applies to three types of private property: real estate, physical possessions, and intellectual property, which can include artist work and inventions, for example.
Finally, we have public property. These are properties that are owned by the public rather than one set person. Schools, hospitals, roads, and other such locations are not under a single person's ownership. These locations aren't owned by one person and as such can be used by people as they need it. Such is the basis of public property.
I am very much in the middle. I believe we should borrow ideas and theories from both individualism and collectivism to form a society that can benefit everyone as much as possible rather than choose only one side of the spectrum.
I cannot say I stand on either side of the divide. I believe people should work towards their own goals, but I've come to see that working with people makes it much easier than trying to complete them alone. In my opinion, people are not the greatest. That doesn't mean that living life only looking out for yourself is the best option. Work with others, join a group, make a friend, because everyone needs some help, and with a small collective, you can easily get it.